Is heart pairing hiding the biggest plot twist of 2025? Everyone's obsessed with Woo Jae and Je Yeon. But what if we've been missing something major? Those lingering glances, the mysterious green book, the producer's sneaky editing choices. What if Shin Woo Jae's true connection isn't with Je Yeon at all, but with Je Yeon? Buckle up, because I'm about to blow your mind with all the juicy details on Woo Jae's artistic journey, his actual net worth, and the secret relationship theory nobody's talking about. Who is Shin Woo Jae? Before we get into the theory, let's get to know our mysterious artist a little better. Shin Woo Jae, born in 1990 and now 35 years old, isn't your average reality show contestant. This man has lived. He started as a youth soccer player in Italy, then went pro in Germany for 3 years. But despite his athletic talent, he couldn't break through to become famous in the soccer world, leading to his career pivot. Before fully transitioning, Woo Jae even coached a small women's football team called Coco Football Club, which later participated in one of his art exhibitions showing how he's managed to blend his two worlds. Now Woo Jae creates abstract and abstract expressionist paintings, focusing on what art experts call action painting. Unlike other reality show artists like Hoo Shin from Heart Signal 4, who does realistic paintings, or Jun Se from Singles Inferno 4, who follows the impressionist style, Woo Jae's work is much more abstract. His paintings don't have clear shapes or forms. Instead, he uses broad brushstrokes and blended colors to create emotional landscapes, often featuring nature scenes. His artwork isn't cheap, selling for between $370 to $850 per piece. But despite nearly a decade in the fine art world with multiple exhibitions, Woo Jae isn't exactly rolling in cash. On his pairing questionnaire, he listed his desired combined monthly income with a future spouse at about $6,000 to $7,500 per month. When asked about his spending limits, he said $45,000 for a car, $2,200 for a sofa, and about $750 for shoes, noting these could change depending on circumstances. At 5'11" with a muscular build from his soccer days, Woo Jae stands out physically among the cast. But it's his INFJ personality that really defines him. Introspective, thoughtful, and someone who's experienced failure but found his peace in art. He's not wealthy, but he's comfortable and pursuing his passion. His Instagram following has exploded since the show began, jumping from just 2,600 followers in March to over 11,000 by mid-April. The official narrative: Woo Jae, Je Yeon. If you've been watching Heart Pairing, you know the show has been heavily pushing the Woo Jae and Je Yeon storyline, and honestly, it's working. Their dates are straight up magical. During their second date, they exchanged thoughtful gifts that showed how much they'd been thinking about each other. Je Yeon gave him art postcards because she noticed his passion for art, while Woo Jae painted scenes from their first date together. I mean, come on, that's rom-com gold right there. Woo Jae even playfully teased Je Yeon about her regional accent, asking her to pronounce ice Americano, but she cutely refused with an adorable headshake and shortened it to just A, making everyone laugh. These small, authentic moments show their growing comfort with each other. Fans are eating it up, calling their connection textbook romance and saying their dates feel like a healing time. One comment even compared Woo Jae to the father in Totoro, highlighting his gentle, calming presence. Another fan gushed, "Their future kids would have all the advantages: athletic ability, intelligence, artistic sensibility, and good looks. People are invested. The way they interact, quietly attentive, genuinely interested in each other's thoughts, and showing care through small gestures." Viewers describing their dates as feeling like a drama series. When Je Yeon linked arms with Woo Jae during their date, fans said their hearts skipped a beat. Their 52-minute date segment has been called a healing time by viewers looking for authentic romance. The G1 mystery. Clues? Production hints? Here's where things get interesting. Despite all the Je Yeon chemistry, there are some curious signals pointing to G1. Woo Jae has been consistently curious about the identity of the Green Book's owner, which we now know is G1. What's strange is that Woo Jae himself chose Hanul's White Book. So why this persistent interest in Ji-won's book instead of focusing on his actual choice? The editing tells its own story. Watch how frequently the camera cuts to Woo Jae's reactions when Ji Yeon speaks or enters a room, happening even more often than with Chanhwan. Korean dating shows love surprising viewers with unexpected couples mid-season. By establishing the obvious Woo Jae Je Yeon pairing early on, producers could be setting us up for a dramatic pivot that keeps viewers watching week after week. Some Reddit users have already suggested Woo Jae and Ji Yeon could form an elite couple with their complementary traits. Of course, this could all be clever misdirection, but these subtle editing choices and Woo Jae's ongoing interest in Ji Yeon's book suggest there might be more to this story than the show is currently highlighting. The competition angle. There's also the fascinating dynamic between Woo Jae and Jimin. Reddit users have noticed Woo Jae's facial expressions changing dramatically whenever Jimin is around, suggesting some serious rivalry. One comment noted that Jimin loses points whenever he goes on dates with other women, while Woo Jae maintains his appeal. This competitive tension adds another layer to the show's dynamics, possibly influencing Woo Jae's interactions with both Je Yeon and Ji Yeon. Final thoughts. Look, I could be totally wrong here. Maybe Woo Jae and Je Yeon are endgame, and these subtle hints about Ji Yeon are just red herrings. Their chemistry is undeniable, and fans are already shipping them hard. But Heart Pairing wouldn't be the first dating show to set up expectations, only to flip the script mid-season. The careful editing choices, Woo Jae's persistent curiosity about Ji Yeon's book, and those revealing reaction shots all suggest there might be more to this story than meets the eye. What do you think? Am I reading too much into this, or have you noticed these clues too? Is Woo Jae truly meant for Je Yeon, or is Ji Yeon the dark horse nobody saw coming?